So the Celtics Wizards game just ended, and besides Russell Westbrook airballing a free throw, the Celtics can't guard a parked car without Marcus Smart, who is out right now. In this game, Jason Tatum played pretty bad. In 23 minutes, he only scored 6 points. Didn't hit a three. Didn't get to the foul line that much. He was getting boards. He had 8 rebounds, which is all right. But Kemba Walker kind of came alive and kind of replaced him. In 29 minutes, he had 25 points, which is good for him because he hasn't been playing that well so far this season. And Jaylen Brown, of course, he played well. He's having an all-star season so far this year. He had 25 points too. But that isn't really my concern right now. Without Marcus Smart, they are unable to really guard anybody, which is weird. Marcus Smart, he isn't necessarily, he'll switch on center sometimes, but he isn't necessarily guarding centers all the time. And that shouldn't be like their problem because they were getting absolutely abused. The Wizards were getting anything they wanted on offense. Rui Hachimura had 15. Bradley Beal had 35. The whole team, they had all their starters besides Matthews had over 10 points. Davis Bertans played pretty well off the bench. From what I remember, Robin Lopez played well. And they just completely, besides in the beginning of the game, they completely just took that game over. The Celtics' lead in this game was, their only lead was 2, and the Wizards, their maximum lead was 25 in this game. They completely outplayed them like crazy, and that kind of worries me, especially seeing that this team is 13-3 on the season. Like, how are they going to be able to they need to start picking it up. They're not like horrible in the standings because the NBA standings so far this year are kind of weird. Like, they're not, the NBA has some 500 teams that are like the 3rd seed right now, and it's just weird to see. And looking at their team stats, the Celtics, they didn't play bad on offense, they were up to par with the Wizards, 25% from 3. The Wizards were 23% from 3. They were 60% from the line. The Wizards were 86% from the line, but they also took 6 more free throws than them. They only grabbed 4 more boards, but their defensive rebounding was out by 10, 36 to 46. And other than that, they're keeping up with the Wizards. Same amount of fouls, points in the paint isn't that much. Fast break opportunities, 20 to 21. It's not that much of a difference. Field goal percentage, like I said, 35 to 39. They just, they couldn't guard them. They were getting anything they wanted, and that's partly by having Bradley Beal on your team. He's an explosive offensive player, and Jason Tatum did have a bad game, but it just looks like they can't really guard anybody, and it's kind of concerning for this team so far this year. They're sitting at the 5th seed right now at 13-13, exactly 500. They're only behind the Pacers, Nets, Bucks, and Sixers. In the East right now, they'd be playing the Pacers in the first round. The standings ended today. They are on a 2-game losing streak, and they're 3-7 in their last 10, which is, you don't really expect that from a Brad Stevens teams, especially his teams. It isn't like they've been bad on offense like since he's been there. Not on bad on offense, but bad on defense since he's been there. They've been all right on defense, especially with having players like IT on defense. Like, he's 5'9". He shouldn't be able to guard anybody, but their team defense hasn't been horrible. He's a great coach, and he's able to figure it out for these teams. But they have just been off without Marcus Smart. Like, they're relying on him too much so far this year. And I've seen this on Twitter, I think, where they were thinking about trading Marcus Smart to LA, the Clippers, for Lou Williams and Luke Kennard. And I've seen people kind of agree with that. And I completely do not. They don't need more offensive weapons. They have Jaylen Brown. They have Kemba Walker. They have Jason Tatum. They have all these offensive guys on their team, studs on offense. They don't need Lou Williams to come off the bench in place of Marcus Smart in their starting lineup and Luke Kennard from the Los Angeles Clippers. They don't really need that. And I've seen them going out for Harrison Barnes, which also isn't the look for them personally, because they have Jason Tatum, they have Jaylen Brown on the team. I don't think we need another scoring wing, 3 scoring wings on the team. And from what I know, Harrison Barnes isn't the best player on defense, so I wouldn't think you would want to go pick him up. Maybe pairing another defensive guard on the team, like Patrick Beverley, with Marcus Smart, with Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown on this team, would look really nice. I don't know what type of contract Patrick Beverley is locked into, but if they were able to trade for him, that would be a good trade to LA. Also, let's not trade for Harrison Barnes. He's not necessarily needed. I don't really agree with that trade. Maybe an upgrade at center, Daniel Tice. He's not the best rim protector and not the best offensive threat, but he's been doing a solid job. So maybe if you can get a better option, there aren't many better center options in the NBA right now, but if you can get a better center option, I would go for it. But for right now, Daniel Tice he's doing his job on this team. I'm not a Celtics fan at all, but this team, 13-3, behind the Sixers. We don't have to play them in the first round. They need to pick it up if they want to, start ramping up for the season. But I'm not mad at them being stuck in the 5th seed as a Sixers fan. If you enjoy the video, if you like NBA content, I make NBA videos on this channel and possibly more sports videos on this channel later down the road. I have a project coming up, so you guys should look out for that. And you guys know the drill. Stay cool, stay safe, have a good one.